The Life of Laurent Clerc. Co-authors Anita Farquhar and Brad Moseley. Chapter 1. Clerc in France. Hartford, Connecticut is far away from Paris, France. Laurent Clerc was born on December 26, 1785. Clerc's father's name was Joseph Francois. He was a mayor and justice of the peace. Clerc's mother's name was Elizabeth. When Clerc was 1 year old, he fell from a chair. His face hit the hot fireplace in the kitchen. His right cheek burned badly. From that, Clerc had a scar. Clerc had a bad scar on his face. Clerc's sign name followed the scar on his face. After his fall, Clerc became very sick. He had a high fever. After Clerc fell, he could not smell or hear. Clerc went to many doctors. His parents wanted him to hear again. Clerc grew up. He did not go to school. Clerc helped his family on their farm. Clerc started school at 12 years old. Clerc went to the Paris School for the Deaf. You can see the French name here in your book. The Abbé Sicard was the president. Clerc learned many things at school. Clerc's first teacher was Jean Massot. He was deaf. Clerc was very smart. He liked to read. One day at school, Clerc did not say a word the right way. His speech teacher slapped his face. After that, Clerc did not talk. Chapter 2. Clerc becomes a teacher. In 1805, Clerc became a tutor or teacher at the school. Clerc and Massot worked together a lot. They became good friends. Claire became a full-time teacher. He was paid about $200 a year. Chapter 3. Claire meets Gallaudet. In 1815, Sicard and Claire went to London, England. They talked with many people about how to teach deaf children. In July 1815, Gallaudet saw Claire and Sicard. He went to the meeting in England. Gallaudet spoke with Sicard after the meeting. Gallaudet told Sicard that he wanted to go to France. He wanted to learn how to teach deaf children. Sicard told Gallaudet not to go to France. France was having many problems. In March 1816, France was safe. Gallaudet went to France to visit Sicard and Claire. Gallaudet went to classes for 14 weeks. Moseley and Clerc taught Gallaudet sign language. Claire helped Gallaudet more. Gallaudet liked Claire very much. Gallaudet asked Claire to come to America. Claire did not decide quickly. America was too plain and very far away. Gallaudet asked Claire to come work in America for 3 years. Claire signed yes. Gallaudet and Claire met with Sicard. Sicard felt sad but said yes. Gallaudet wrote a letter to Claire's mother. He asked her for permission to take Claire to America. Claire's mother said no. Later, she said yes. Claire had to sign a paper. The paper said Claire would stay in America for 3 years. He would help Gallaudet start a new school for the deaf. Chapter 4. Claire's trip to America. On June 18, 1816, Gallaudet and Claire left France. they went to America. Claire was 28 years old. Claire and Gallaudet were on the ship for 52 days. On the ship to America, Gallaudet taught Claire English. Claire taught Gallaudet sign language. Each day, Claire wrote in his diary. Gallaudet helped with his English. Chapter 5. Claire arrives in America. The ship arrived in New York on August 9, 1816. Gallaudet and Claire stayed with Gallaudet's family in New York for a few days. Claire was sad that New York was not beautiful like Paris. After seeing Hartford, Connecticut, Claire was sad. The houses were dull and not colorful. There were many trees. Claire became homesick for Paris. He missed his family, friends, and home. Claire and Gallaudet went to Dr. Cogswell's home. Claire met Alice Cogswell for the first time. Claire signed to Alice. He was not homesick anymore. Claire helped to start a school for the deaf in Hartford. Gallaudet and Claire traveled to many other places in the Northeast. They showed people how to teach deaf children. People gave money to help the school. Later, the state of Connecticut gave money to the school. Chapter 6. Claire at the American School for the Deaf. ASD opened on April 15, 1817. Gallaudet was the first principal. Claire was the first teacher. Chapter 7. Claire's private life. Claire married a former student, Eliza Boardman, on May 3, 1819. One year later, Claire and Eliza became parents. Their daughter's name was Elizabeth. Claire and Eliza had 6 children. 4 lived to become adults. 2 died. Chapter 8. Clerc helps other schools. Clerc taught deaf children. He also taught hearing and deaf adults to become teachers of the deaf. Chapter 9. Clerc is honored and retires. In 1838, Trinity College gave Clerc an honorary degree. Trinity College is in Hartford, Connecticut. In 1850, deaf people from Connecticut gave Clerc a silver pitcher and tray. They wanted to thank him for all of his hard work. Clerc taught for 50 years, 9 years in France, and 41 years in the United States. Clerc retired on June 30th, 1858. He was 73 years old. After retirement, Clerc continued to help and support deaf people. He was a guest speaker to many groups. Clerc enjoyed his retirement. He would go to the post office. He also would go to the library to read the French newspaper. On June 18, 1864, Clerc went to Washington, D.C. Gallaudet College honored him. In June 1869, Clerc and Eliza were married for 50 years. Chapter 10. Clerc dies. On July 18, 1869, Clerc became sick. A short time later, Clerc died. He was 84 years old. Clerc was buried at Spring Grove Cemetery in Hartford, Connecticut. On September 16, 1874, the statue of Clerc was shown in front of the old Hartford School for the first time. On April 17, 1998, the new Clerc and Eliza headstones were shown. Many people came to honor Laurent Clerc for his work with deaf people. Did you know that in 1818, Clerc went to Washington, D.C. to speak to Congress to get money for the school? Did you know? In 1820, Clerc visited his family and friends in France. Did you know Claire met President James Monroe? Did you know President Monroe told Claire he had seen him and his former teacher Moseley in London, England? Did you know in 1835 Claire visited France a second time with his oldest son, Francis? The many faces of Laurent Claire in ASD's museum.